Why are we as humans so opposed to waiting? I mean, if you think about it, we want our meals in 30 minutes or less. We binge watch TV shows because we can't even wait a week between episodes. And the DMV, waiting in line, you can forget about it. And a lot of times we do the same thing with God. We expect Him to deliver on His promises right away, and then we get so frustrated when He makes us wait longer than we want to. But just look at the life of Jesus. His whole purpose in coming down here to earth was so that He could die for our sins and redeem humanity. And He could have done that in a day, but He came as a baby. Not only that, but He waited 30 whole years before He ever started His ministry or did a single miracle. Now, why would He do that? Well, one reason is because He never asks us to do anything that He's not willing to demonstrate Himself. And there are many times in His life where He demonstrated waiting and He demonstrated patience. But another reason is because He is a master orchestrator. He is all about timing. Have you ever been to like a concert or a show or a music program where somebody starts getting off beat and it just throws the whole thing off? When we rush the promises that God has for our lives, we're clapping off beat. We think we're helping things along and speeding up the tempo when in reality we're just throwing everything off balance. If you look at the story of Abraham and Sarah in the Bible, God promised them a son, and they had to wait 25 years for that promise to come true. In the meantime, they tried to make that promise come true on their own by conceiving Ishmael with Sarah's maidservant Hagar. And just look how that turned out. The descendants of Ishmael wreaked havoc on Israel for generations. See, when we try to rush God's promises for our lives, what we're really saying is that we don't trust Him to come through on His end of the bargain. But just look at all of the stories in the Bible. When has He ever not come through? Sure, it may look a little different than people expect, but He always comes through on His promises. He is always trustworthy. It just has to happen in His timing, not ours. Isaiah 60:22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." Don't rush it. He hasn't forgotten about you. Just be patient. If you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to enjoy my book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless, that's going to be releasing soon. There is a whole chapter in that book about the promises of God, what His role is, what our role is, and what to do when we're waiting. If you want updates on that book, sneak peeks, and weekly letters of encouragement from me, be sure to sign up for my email list. You can find it in my profile. Come back tomorrow and we'll talk about the 2 different kinds of ways that people respond to the promises of God.